Hi, welcome to No Construction. So, if you haven't seen it, my other videos, I go over what I said in Commissioner's Court of Williamson County, Texas. Go over some things, and that's pretty much it. Typically, what I do is I write a speech and I stick to it. I read exactly that. I didn't do that today. Today they're voting on budgets. I probably should have stuck around for the second round of commentary or comments, but as Williamson County has shown, if it's in the plan, they're going to stick to it, regardless of what that plan is or is not doing. So, and I found out all of Williamson County is going by plans made by TxDOT 20 years ago. I ever heard a conversation, and it's I think what irks me the most about it is they're claiming it as theirs. They're claiming that they did such hard work coming up with this plan, and probably no one that has a say so in whatever the plan is uh, was working for Williamson County at the time it was made. It's unoriginal. It's not so much the it being original or not. It's that they're claiming it's their idea. I don't know, that could just be me, but bottom line, the plan's killing us. No two ways about it. The beginning of my speech, I looked directly at him, spoke from me, heart, head, whatever you want to call it. Um, and it's not in my speech here, but there's these things. Were these things? I keep forgetting. I'm essentially talking to the future for the one person in 100 years from now that's going to view these. Uh, I don't know if it's still around, but there's this pizza restaurant that called Papa John's, and they have like a little business card type deal. It used to be physical before they were holograms, and they stamp it so many times, you get a free pizza. All right, which yeah, great free pizza. It's awesome. You're not having to pay for it, but my family is holding on to that because that's guaranteed food in the future. All right, because we're getting to the point where we have to choose: do we want to save for taxes or do we want to eat? Granted, I have some reserves going on right now, but every year there's one point for almost a month where we have two choices: rice or noodle. You know, typically it goes noodle rice, noodle rice, noodle rice, and then until we can't possibly stomach one, and then we just, let's say we can't stomach noodle, it'll be rice, 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 rice. You know, and far as noodles go, we sometimes use a whole box. I'll say they're $2, $3. You know, and that's our meal. All right. Maybe some butter, sauce if we had some money for it, and that's our dinner. Sometimes it goes several weeks where that's our dinner, and then every once in a while that's one meal a day for us. That's all we can afford. I know there's people that are worse off. I know there's people on the streets that go days without food. And believe me, I know exactly what that is. All right. Not just as childhood, having to do that, but even when I was in the military. Real quick on that. Oh, don't they provide food? Not exactly. Uh, because it was all right. You go to this. Okay, you're in this neck of the woods. You go to this chow hall. You're in that neck of the woods. You go to that chow hall. All right. So we go to ours. They say they're closed, but hey, go over to this one. So we go over to this one. They're closed as well. So then we try to sneak off to another chow hall, and they go, "Oh wait, you're not of this area. You're not allowed to eat here." And then we're turned away. Then we have to spend money. I mean, we're already spending money on food. I originally looked. Okay, if you don't know, uh, your paycheck and how it all breaks down, it's not a W 2, it's called an LES. Or, anyway, uh, it's called an LES and tells you how things are broken up. Yeah, $100, well, $92 a month for Chow Hall. No, I don't remember if it was you use it once, you're charged that $100, or if you use it 3 times a day and you're charged $100. Like regardless if you use it or not, you're still charged that. I think that's what it was. So, yeah, I wish I'd be able to sue the military on that one. But because one child was closed, I didn't have money because I bought food other times, or I didn't think ahead and spent money on other things. I went without food. I think there was 1 or 2 times where I went 2 days without food. I know there were several where I went one a day. I went in sort of debt. It's where they charge an overdraft. It's an overdraft fee, and it was like $30, $33 for every overdraft transaction. You know, so yeah, even in the military, there's people that go hungry. All right, but moving on, I'd like to start off by saying thank you to all of Williamson County Commissioners Court. You'll be raising taxes to the point that it'll at least take a couple days of food from my family. More for others like first responders who could no longer afford to live in Wilco. Uh, so yeah, I held up that Papa John's card and said this could be 2 days worth of food for my family. All right, and it, this stuff's so hard to talk about. Uh, I think when they quoted, they say, all right, the taxes aren't going to be more than this raised. When I ran that number through what I know our taxes are quoted as currently, or currently quoted as, let's speak proper, um, it would have had about $20, which isn't a big deal. To politicians especially because they can give themselves raises. We can't. And I said this is guaranteed 2 days worth, probably at least 2 days worth of food. Everybody has a slice, and that's dinner. You know, I don't think I said this, but definitely think it. This court has also helped me remove a barrier I was unwilling to cross almost a year ago. Now, if things need to be said, I can say them regardless if they shouldn't. You value entertainment over solutions to fix our mistakes we have to live with. Certain observations can tell more than one would think at first glance. If those who draw water drink first, they are thirsty. If they see an opportunity and don't take it, they're tired. It tells me there's decadence amongst them, rather, the politicians and the people they're supposed to represent. You found money in the budget to soothe yourselves and failed to find room to hire more first responders we need due to ongoing actions by this court and Wilco City Councils. Uh, I didn't say that verbatim. Last week I explained spending money on a survey U of V will save Wilco money, and the U of V can be used to take pictures of land politicians are authorizing to destroy. I was laughed at the first time I mentioned that. Look at what Austin wants to use drones for, to investigate wrecks. It would be overkill for a survey U of V, but it could be used for that. Wilco can invest in 3D printing that to make free or nearly free prosthetics for residents. I said it, others have said it, and some have sort of said it. More people, more problems. Last week it was acknowledged that growth is part of the cause of tax increases. The question is, why is Wilco pushing me aside instead of accepting my help? There's a problem Wilco can't seem to fix uh, by saying no to construction and doesn't want help doing what they can't, bringing money into the county. That's just dumb. It seems to me current politicians rather make us drown than accept a life raft. I fail to comprehend that logic. Elected officials are forcing those they're supposed to represent to drown in their mistakes they are making on their own accord. Next time Wilco employee wants to stop me when I leave, instead of making excuses, reinforcing propaganda, or telling me how I feel and why I do things, explain to me where it makes sense elected officials to purposely create problems. Uh, when I didn't finish this whole thing, but I'm going to start on it next week. When weapons are blunted and ferocity diminished, strength exhausted, and resources depleted, the neighboring rulers will take advantage of these complications. That's why we'll lose, because the path uh, uh, all current Wilco politicians are taking us down. I had some more stuff. I guess I didn't save it. But yeah, that's what the construction companies are doing. They're taking advantage of us. Okay? Now, I'm just going to leave that a little bit blank. I apologize. Um, there, I'm sure 20 years ago I would have done the same thing as a politician. If I was a politician, go, sure, construction company, buy this land, go, you know, take it off our hands. But when it's being done to raise our taxes, you know, now it's a problem, and they're not doing any for that. What do you think is going to happen when a construction or developer gets authorized to build what they want? No fracking crap. That's what's going to happen. It's going to raise our taxes. If they want to do all that stuff on their own money, on their own dime, fine. It's their land. I have no right, unless it's detrimental to my well-being or others, to say anything. It's their land. Do what you want. All right, but that includes maintaining the roads, maintaining the houses, uh, your own little police forces. You know, all on them. Then I don't have any room to speak about it. But when it's taxpayer money that's going to be doing all that, I have room to talk.